So homophobia is the hate towards people who you think are not of the same sexual orientation or gender identity.
I actually took up, the issue of the dress code within the SPS. So I reported the case with the Equality Court, which is the CGE, the Commission of Gender Equality, where I reported the dress code being very problematic, not accommodating the queer people.
My previous work, I was a manager, and I was under a training by a area coordinator. At first, I wasn't aware of such, but someone making an eye good man natty. Each and every time we in the meeting, are you aware of she's raising same statement, God created men and women, these other genders? At first, I wasn't aware, but now, ever since you make an eyebrow on me, each and every time when we attend a management meeting, she keep on saying one thing over and over and over. That's when I realized this is an harassment.
A sexual orientation is about an identity. It's about the gender that you are attracted to. So if you are heterosexual, you would be attracted a male attracted to a woman, or a woman attracted to a male. Okay. If you are homosexual, you might be attracted to the same sex. So your sexual orientation is who you are attracted to, and who you would have that feelings, those sexual feelings for.
I'm doing an example. If you're gay, they will give you a task engayenzwa amadoda, like opening boxes, moving shelves, like hard labor work, you understand? But they will give that type of a work, and then they will emphasize but your contract, you said you're a male, you're not a female.
Firstly, I think is to understand what does LGBTQI mean, and secondly is to know rights as the LGBTQI and the way they feel.
They're facing a lot of stuff, discrimination, abuse, stuff like that. I'm not against it, because I like women and boys. Because some bosses, they don't like people that's lesbian or gay. They don't like it. And that must come to an end, because we're all human beings.
Can't definitively say as NUMSA whether homophobia is rife, but certainly forms of discrimination are rife, so we can presume those that are rife.
I was a pastor before, and then I was judged by a congregation.
Unfair treatment within the workplace. You start being a victim.
Homophobic is where they kill you, it's where they rape you. They say that I'm trying to correct you, especially I'm a woman, lesbian woman, and then they'll say, I want to correct you. I want to teach you a lesson.
To deal with discrimination, you at all levels, whether you're a woman, whether you're LGBT+, needs, both at the policy level, but it also needs practices, companies, employers that are willing to do that.
People, they've been fired because of their sexuality, and then they come to report to us. But because of we don't know which channel that we have to take in terms of reporting the unions, that they have to accommodate them as a human being in a space, because now they are fighting the right of workers.
A lot of loopholes are used to sort of oppress, the queer voice within the workplace. And the law is actually something that is being used to sort of, create those spaces where these issues cannot be addressed.
If you happen to be in an organized workplace where there's a union, then at the same time you would make sure that your union is aware, whether that's through the shop stewards or the regional leadership, you make sure that they're aware.
I don't think that unions are taking LGBTI issues seriously in the workplace?
The law is there, and the law is supposedly there to protect you. But to actually be able to use that law, the institutions of the state need to be protecting you as well. So if you go to the police station to report something, you need to have someone who understands and takes up your issue. If you go to the health, to the clinic, to the hospital. And so I think that even though we've got a very important legislation in place, the institutions of the state are not prepared yet. And then the broader society is rejecting it.